Test. Ready? 3, 2. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Respected brothers and sisters, inshallah, we'll start in a few seconds here, inshallah. Everyone hears my voice over there? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi at-tahirin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everyone. I want to congratulate you all on the birth anniversary of Imam Mahdi, Imam Zaman, Aj'ala Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. I decided to put together this little majlis for us here tonight so that whoever would like to attend can attend. And before we begin, I think it is appropriate and the right thing to do to recite Dua Faraj. So if you know it on your side, please join in with us. And at the very most, or at the very least, say Ameen after it, and it will be counted as a dua for you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. اللهم كن لي وليك الهجاة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليانا وحافظانا وقائدانا ونصيرانا ودليلانا وعينانا حتى تسكناه أرضك توانا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. So today I wanted to talk a bit about the benefits of the belief, the benefits of the walaya, the benefits of the belief in the walaya of Imam Zaman, Ajala Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. We find in all schools of thought, we find in the Sunni hadith, in the Shia hadith, a very famous tradition. This tradition is narrated to have said, Man matta walam yarif imama zamanihi matta mitatan jahiliya. One who dies without knowing the Imam of his time dies the death of Jahiliyyah. This hadith is very serious, respected brothers and sisters. This is a very, very serious hadith. This hadith is telling us that if we do not know the Imam of our time, we die as if we were in the time of Jahiliyyah, before the advent of the prophetic mission, the completion of religion, the seal of prophethood. That is, in the time of Jahiliyyah. This hadith is found in many well-known books. This hadith is found on our side in Kitab al-Kafi. It is found in Kamaluddin by Sheikh Saduq. Sheikh Saduq was such a special person, and Sheikh Khulaini was such a special person as well. On the side of the Sunnis, it is found in Musnad of Ahmad ibn Hanbal. It is found in the Sahih of Bukhari and the Sahih of Muslim. What a big statement this hadith is. What a serious matter this hadith is. That it's saying, Man matta walam yarif imam zamanihi matta mitatan jahiliya. If we die without knowing the imam of our time, we will die the death of, as if we were in the time of Jahiliyyah. We will die the death of Jahiliyyah. This narration states such a big, important matter, such a serious issue that we must consider. We must have belief in the walaya of the imam. We must know the imam. But how? How are we going to know the imam? This narration shows us with clarity the importance and essentiality of the belief of knowing the Imam Ajalla Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif of our time. It is very, very stressed upon. In those days, deviations were many in the Jahiliyyah. Some tribes would even bury their daughters so that if a war broke out, if a war occurred between two tribes, their daughters would not be captured by the rival tribes. Violence was prevalent, and polytheism was widespread as a disease in the sacred city of Mecca, where the sacred house, the first house of worship for Allah, was built. Polytheism, idolatry was spread in such a sacred land. The locality of the sacred house, the Kaaba, to which Prophet Adam alayhi salam had established and Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had built up. Such deviation was spread in that sacred holy land. That sacred holy land that many of us are being prevented from going there. Just like the sacred lands of the shrines, due to this virus, people are being held back. Back then, Mecca was corrupted with stones and false imaginations of that which can neither benefit them nor harm them. And they would call on those false things. They would worship those false things. This is a scary time that this riwayat, that this hadith is warning us. This is a scary time. There was monotheists back then. There were the Hanifs, the upright. But polytheism was widespread. Deviation was prevalent. Corruption and violence and sin was very apparent. So let us think about this for a moment. Let us ponder deeply on this with aql and insight, basira, with intellect and insight. Us Muslims, us mu'mineen, mu'minat, are being told that if we do not know the Imam of the time, we will die the death as if in that era. Even with all the Sawm, even with all the fasting, even with all the salawat, all the prayers, all the namaz, all the learning, all the sadaqat, all the charity, all the khums, all the zakat, all the hajjs we've done, or we do, but without recognition of the Imam of the time, we are at loss. We are ruined. We are destroyed. This is a profound matter that has a tremendous impact on us. This is the belief of Mahdawiya, or the Masonic Creed. Mahdawiya, as they say in Farsi. It is a condition on our Islam. It is a shart. It is one of the shurut, one of the conditions on the validity of our Islam. Therefore, the belief of Mahdiism is foremost important in the regards that is to have a true and correct and proper Islam. We must have the belief in Mahdiism. We must believe in the walaya of the Imam. We must know the Imam of the time. In fact, in a well-known hadith that happened in the city of Nishapur, or Nisapur, when Imam Rida was being taken by the corrupt tyrant, he was stopped there and he narrated a famous hadith. This hadith, it says, Kalimatu la ilaha illallah, hisni faman dakalla, hisni amina min adhabi. He says, the statement, La ilaha illallah, there is no God except Allah. This is a hadith Qudsi. It's Allah saying it. Saying that the statement, La ilaha illallah, hisni faman dakalla, hisni, is my fort. And the one who enters my fort, amina min adhabi, is saved from my punishment, my chastisement. Imam Rida alayhi salam, he commented, he said that bishartiha wa anna min shurutiha, said with its conditions. This La ilaha illallah has conditions. Wa anna min shurutiha, and I am from its conditions. This is narrated in Uyun al-Akbar, compiled by Sheikh Saduq. However, my respected brothers and sisters, we must ponder here what is meant by knowing the Imam. Now we've determined, we've established that knowing the Imam is very important. It is of vital importance. There is a real fear of dying in the state of Jahiliyyah, as if in the time of Jahiliyyah, if we don't know the Imam. And that knowing the Imam is a condition on our Tawheed, on our La ilaha illallah. What is this vital and essential knowledge that is required from us? And why is it so important? To answer these questions, we can first consider knowing the Imam by knowing who the Imam is in biographical studies. That is, from a historical examination. We can look at the story of the Imam's birth, who the Imam's father is, how old was the Imam when he went into Ghaybatul. That is, we can say that the Imam Zaman, Aja'ala Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, was born on the 15th of Shaban, this day. To Imam Askari, alayhi salam, and Lady Narjis, according to some reports, in the year 255 after Hijrah. This means on the 15th of Shaban, Imam now, today, is 1,186 years old. And there are many historical aspects that we could look at to know who the Imam is from a historical examination. We could look at many things about who the Imam is, including his social environment, the historical context in which he lived. However, what's important after this and beyond this and even inside this is that we must become actually close to the Imam. By being his true followers, we must become the true Shia of the Imam. This is more than just knowledge that's biographical or a historical examination. That is, we have to become upright and obedient servants to Allah, as this is the direction in which Imam wants from us. Imam doesn't want us to disobey Allah. Imam wants us to be the real servants of Allah. Imam is wanting us to be like that. Imam likes us to serve and listen to Allah and to become his true Shia. We should not neglect that the notion also, we should not neglect that helping Imam of the time is also a way to do that is helping his Shia. So the second method that we can consider is the benefits of knowing the Imam. First is what I have mentioned. That is to have a proper and correct Islam. That's important to know the Imam, to have a proper and valid and correct Islam, to become true believers, to become true mu'mineen, mu'minat. That means that we don't just say that we're Muslims on the tongue. That means that we put our Islam, that is submission to Allah's will and command, into action. Let it absorb into our hearts. Let it produce iman. Become God conscious. To become true believers, to become pure servants, we must know the Imam of our time. Concerning this matter, we can ponder on a dua ma'rifah. What does dua ma'rifah say? Dua ma'rifah says, Allahumma arifni nafsak. Oh Allah, introduce yourself to me. فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تُعَارِفْنِي نَفْسَكَ. For if you do not introduce yourself to me, لَمْ أَعْرِفْ رَسُولَكَ. Then I will not know your messenger. So we need to know Allah, or we will not know his messenger. Allahumma arifni rasulak. Oh Allah, introduce me to your messenger. فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تُعَارِفْنِي رَسُولَكَ لَمْ أَعْرِفْ حُجَّتَكَ. If you don't introduce me, if I do not know or recognize your messenger, then I will not know your hujjat, your proof. Allahumma arifni hujjataka, فَإِنَّكَ إِن لَمْ تُعَرِفْنِي hujjatak dalaltu an dini. Oh Allah, make me recognize your hujjat, your proof. For if you do not make me recognize your proof, I will deviate from religion. I will deviate from my religion. Subhanallah, look at it. It is saying it right in front of us in this dua. If we do not recognize Allah, his messenger, and the Imam of the time, we will deviate from the religion. We can also mention that knowing the Imam allows us to be hopeful for a brighter future. That is, a future of salvation. and justice that will prevail against all the tyranny and oppression. That is, one day the Imam will reappear and bring salvation and joy and goodness to the people of the world. وَلَقَدْ كَتَبْنَا فِي زَبُورِ مِنْ بَعْدِ الذِّكْرِ أَنَّ الْأَرْضَ يَرِثُهَا عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ. Certainly, we wrote in the Psalms, the Zabur, after the Torah, we wrote in the Psalms from after the reminder. Indeed, my righteous servants, Ibadiya Salihun, shall inherit the earth. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam informed his companion Abdullah ibn Sinan. Abdullah ibn Sinan is a trustworthy companion. He said, after this, a time will come when you will not be able to see the Imam of the time. Subhanallah. A time will come when you will not be able to see the Imam of the time. In that period, no one will be saved except the one who recites Dua Gharik. Now look at the wordings of Dua Gharik, respected brothers and sisters. Look at what we're supposed to be doing right now. If we want Imam to return, if we want to be safe in this period of waiting, we should be looking at the meaning of these things. It's right here in front of us. It says, Dua Gharik, Ya Allahu, Ya Rahmanu, Ya Rahim. O Allah, O the Beneficent, the Merciful. Ya Mughalibu al-Qulub, O Turner of the Hearts. Thabit Qalbi ala dinik, fix my heart on your religion. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, no one will be saved, no one will be safe in that period where we cannot see the Imam without reciting this dua. And look at what the words are. O turner of the hearts, to fix my heart on your religion. Therefore, out of several results that can be researched and mentioned about the importance of the belief of the Imam of the time, and the consequences of the belief of Imam Zaman, Ajala Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, the importance of knowing the Imam for the path of perfect Islam and valid Islam, that belief with action, to have true Iman is belief with action, and the fixing of the deen, the religion, Din al-Haq, the real religion, the authentic religion, through developing closeness to Allah, through serving Allah, through knowing His messenger, through practicing the religion. Knowing Allah and knowing His hujjat, serving Allah as He wants from us. That is what hujjat wants from us. As well as the hope for a brighter day that will come after this long period of loneliness for the Imam, and needing of the light of guidance, the clarification, the enhancement of understanding, the solving of our problems, why we bicker and fight with each other, why we don't have true walaya even amongst brothers. Nowadays, the Shia, we spit in each other's faces, we insult each other, we forget each other. And we expect to call ourselves the Shia of the Imam. Because one day a day will come. Wallahu aslama man fi samawati wal ardi taw'ana وَكَرْهًا. And to him submits whoever is in the heavens and the earth, willingly or unwillingly. Therefore, respected brothers and sisters, we must treat very carefully our actions in this time. We must be thinking, what would Imam want us to do? What makes us his Shia? Not what makes us the Shia of Shahwiyah or the Shia of Ghadabiyah. You know, Shahwiyah means the appetite, the desire, the sexual desire, the food desire. Ghadabiyah is the anger desire, or the anger, the condemnable anger. Al-Ghadabu miftahu kulli shar. Anger, the condemnable anger, irascibility, is a key to every evil. Are we the Shia of our own ghadab, our own anger? Are we the Shia of our own shahwa? Or are we the Shia of Imam Zaman? Imam Zaman, are we his Shia? We should ask ourselves every day this. We should ask ourselves, are we doing what Imam wants from us? Imam wants us to be true believers, to be obedient servants to Allah. This doesn't mean that we overwhelm ourselves with doing dua 24 hours a day, but that we do our wajib and stay away from haram. We try to do some extra things here and there to get us closer to Allah. We care about getting closer to Allah. We care about the rida of Allah, because this is what Imam wants from us. Imam is directing us toward Allah. So the belief in Mahdiism, Mahdawiya, as we have noted, is such a vital and essential feature for the validity of our Islam and for the progress of us through this Ghaybat al-Kubra, through this major occultation, through this long period of loneliness for the Imam. So this is what I wanted to mention for tonight. Walakru dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. I hope that everybody found the lecture interesting. Let us make dua that Allah puts us on the path that's fixed on His religion and protects us from the evils that we've done that alter the blessings that He has given us, and that prevents the blessings from coming down to us, and that keeps us away from His pleasure, from being the true Shia of Imam. So before I end, I'd want to ask everybody to recite Surah Fatiha, give the reward to Imam Zaman, inshallah. Bismillah. Inshallah, please remember us too. And thank you all for attending. Inshallah, please do lots of du'as for all of the mu'mineen and mu'minat tonight, inshallah. As much as you can, inshallah. Allah Hafiz, and thank you all for attending.